Hello everyone and welcome back to lesson 2 of risk management series. I'd like to recap the previous video. We discussed why risk management matters, um, explored some of the leading organizations that shaped modern risk management practices, and examined uh, the common challenges organizations face at the governance, management, and operational levels. So, in this lesson, we will focus on practical solutions. I'll share approaches that have worked well in my experience to help overcome these challenges and strengthen risk management across all three organizational levels. So let's get started. Let's begin with the governance level. In my experience, effective risk management starts at the top. Without visible commitment from the board and executive leadership, it is difficult to build a strong risk management culture throughout the organization. My first recommendation is to develop a risk management policy which is aligned with a recognized international standard or framework that best suits the organization's needs. This provides a clear direction, defines roles and responsibilities, and establishes a common approach to managing risk. Secondly, I recommend establishing an audit and risk committee, ideally chaired by members of the governing body. This committee should review regular risk reports, review significant risks, and provide oversight of the organization's overall risk profile. Another important step is to develop and approve standard risk management templates such as a risk appetite statement, risk register, and other supporting documents. Having standardized documentation promotes consistency across the organization and provides clear guidance for managers and staff. Finally, risk management should not be treated as a separate activity. It should be integrated into the organization's quarterly, biannual, and annual planning processes. So, when risk management becomes part of strategic planning and performance discussions, it naturally supports better decision making and organizational resilience. So, in my experience, these governance practices create the foundation for an effective risk management framework and set the tone for the rest of the organization. Let's now move to the management level. In my experience, this is where risk uh, management moves from policy into practice. Senior and middle managers play a critical role, undoubtedly, in translating the governance direction into day to day management activities. The first step is to implement the organization's risk management policy and conduct regular risk assessments within each department or business unit. Risk management should not be viewed as a one time exercise. It should become part of routine planning, decision making, and performance management. Managers should also identify and highlight any risks that could prevent the organization from achieving the objectives and targets approved by the governing body. Early reporting allows leadership to make informed decisions before those risks develop into significant issues. Finally, I recommend introducing objective and independent data validation where possible. This may include the use of a key risk indicator or KRI, automated reporting, dashboards, and data analytics. These tools reduce reliance on personal judgment alone, improve the quality of risk information, and support more transparent decision making. In my experience, management's role is not only to identify risks, but also to ensure that risk information is accurate, timely, and communicated effectively to support better organizational decisions. Finally, let's look at the operational level where risk management is put into practice every day. In my experience, this is also where organizations often face the greatest resistance. However, with the right approach, many of these challenges can be significantly reduced. My first recommendation is to coordinate with relevant line managers before conducting the risk assessments. They understand the day-to-day operations, processes, and practical challenges better than anyone else. Involving them from the beginning builds trust, encourages participation, and leads to more realistic and meaningful risk assessment. Secondly, um, secondly, sorry, leaders should demonstrate strong leadership by treating mistakes as opportunity to learn and improve. And this is also the job of the risk manager that when he see any resistance, he may show more leadership, provide training, and give space for people for improvement rather than assigning blame. When employees feel safe to report issues and discuss risks openly, organizations gain valuable insights that help prevent future problems. Finally, organizations should provide clear and practical risk management training. Training should avoid unnecessary technical jargon and instead focus on helping employees understand the basic concepts of risk management, why it matters, and how it supports their daily responsibilities. In my experience, when employees understand the purpose of risk management and feel supported rather than judged, they become active participants in managing risk instead of viewing it as an additional administrative task or burden. Before we conclude, I'd like to leave you with a few pieces of advice based on my professional experience. First, build a bottom up risk management framework. While governance provides direction, the most valuable risk information often comes from the people closest to the day to day operations. Encouraging employees to, at all levels, to identify, discuss, and report risks openly. Second, act as a supportive second line of defense. Risk management should not be viewed as a policing function. Instead, their role is to advise, support, and work collaboratively with the first line of defense to help them achieve their objectives while managing risk effectively. Third, be an active and empathetic listener. People are more willing to discuss risks when they feel their concerns are genuinely heard and respected. Effective risk management starts with understanding different perspectives. Next, communicate risks clearly and promptly. Decision makers rely on timely and accurate information. Clear communication enables organizations to respond proactively rather than reactively. Also, foster a strong risk-aware culture. Risk management is not the responsibility of one department, it is everyone's responsibility. A positive culture encourages transparency, accountability, and continuous learning. And finally, continuous enhance risk management maturity. Um, Risk management is a journey, it is not a destination. As organizations evolve, their risks also change. Regular reviewing and improving your risk management practices will help ensure they remain effective and relevant. I hope these two um, parts of the presentation and videos that I prepared, I hope you like it. And um, uh, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.